was a while where everybody that was on the Hip Hop House, I was interviewing them.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah,
So I
I've done a lot of shows over when we were having the hip hop weds, but
yeah, I think I
now,
probably missed you or something. But yeah, I was, especially when we first started, I was a part of it. I was interviewing all the artists.
that's
But
what's up. Well, hey, we're all in its perfect timing, I'm glad to do it now.
yeah, let me get your other. So look like we good on YouTube and Twitch. You be using Twitch?
No.
Man,
I got to
Twitch.
get my shit together. It's like I'm trying to hone in on certain ones because there's so many, and I'm like, even though I do a lot with social media, I never feel like I'm doing the most. Like there's always more shit I could be doing. So,
Yeah,
no,
Twitch is like the. It's for my more like gamers though. Like you
that's
stream.
probably why I never fuck with video games.
All right, we're gonna start right now.
Okay.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you go on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Listen to my interviews since 2008. 1212, I'm in place to be with Yazi. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Yeah, I was wondering because I had a friend with that name. I was like, it was Yazi how I said her name. So it's right,
Yeah.
Yazi. All right. So I
I
would
don't
say,
hear a lot of them.
where you from?
I'm born and raised in Santa Barbara, but I moved here when I was 18, so I've been here for over 12 years.
Okay.
Now in San Diego, yeah.
So how was that? I live in Oceanside.
Okay. They're all beach towns. I love San Diego. Even being here this long, there's always so much for me to still do and see, which is fun because I like a lot of the outdoor stuff. So it's really good for that for sure, especially right now.
All right. Then I want you to talk about your background. How did you get involved with music?
Um, Well, that goes to my childhood. My dad's actually a musician. Both my parents are performing artists, but my dad's a musician. He's been a professional musician for a majority of his life, and he had music school. He's played in tons of bands, traveled all around the world, and he used to even teach at my elementary school. And so I would take lessons, different instruments and stuff, and not like any of that stuck, but becoming an adult and then getting into rap, I found out that, I was kind of being taught music theory. So it helped set me up for some of the logistics when it comes to rapping and singing. So yeah, through my childhood, I guess, and then rapping was kind of its own story.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So what grabbed it? Why rap? What got you into rapping?
I wanted to first start beatboxing. I always wrote. And when I was younger, you know how we all kind of go through things. And when you have that self growth, I was going through a lot of those times where I was like developing a relationship with myself. And at the time, I was working with this guy pretty closely, and it was just me and him most of the time. And he was a really, really good self taught musician. And he would always freestyle around me and rap. And like I listened to hip hop and stuff growing up too, but I didn't have really as many people around me that did it. Um, and so he would always freestyle around me, and then we ended up just freestyling at work a lot. And then I ended up writing my first rap, and I just got obsessed. I had to kind of like, I was in a really processing part of my life. So it was a really good way to examine myself and, existence and all that. So it just became something that I've done damn near every day since I've started in some form, and it's so I don't know, like creating is such a pure form of living. I feel like it like really feeds your soul. So um, the more I've done it, the more I've been able to be connected to a lot of really awesome people and have cool opportunities. So it's been like progressively more enriching.
And
That
then do you remember what artist influenced you?
Yeah. In the beginning, when I first started rapping, I mean, still they have influence. I say Tech Nine is one of my favorite rappers. I'm really a big fan of like complex rhyme schemes and double time. I really like fast rhymes, tongue twister stuff. I listen to a lot of Hobson, Immortal Technique, ASAP Rock, Snow the Product, um, a lot of like rhyme sayers and strange music. So I try and bounce around to different stuff. But I feel like I get kind of hooked on certain artists too. I've been listening to a lot of like token lately.
Yeah, I said shout out to Snow. I interviewed Snow a long time ago, like 2011.
Yeah, she's outstanding, dude.
She grew when she got her own label now. So I'd have seen her take off. She doing good.
That's what's up. Yeah, and you know, she plays such a pivotal role as an artist in that sense anyway, not just because she's such an elite MC, but you know, for the position that you kind of have to play as a female artist, and then she's also like LGBT Mexican, and she has all of these really strong, you know, kind of controversial things in this industry. So I think it's important to have people to look up to that push those types of limits. And so I'm happy to see her have so much success. And if she was mainstream, it would be a lot fucking more recognition, but she kills it.
So I'll ask you, so who out of the artists you named, who influenced your style the most?
I think that when it comes to like flow and delivery and cadence, there's probably a lot of Tech Nine in there, because I really do like to try and make those weird schemes and the bounce back patterns. And I always thought rapping fast was more fun. But like lyrically, I really like ASAP Rock, Immortal Technique, you know, these like conscious ones that are also kind of rapping a little obscure in their lyrics. Sometimes you really have to like pay attention and be like, what the fuck is ASAP even talking about? Because it's so almost ambiguous about, you know, but I like that. Go down the tunnel.
So what would you say your story is as an artist?
I think that in regards to what I really want to do in my life, what like past what rapping and music does for me personally, what I really want to do is kind of, you know, spread a message. I think that most things boil down in life, like past your basic human needs, most of our problems go to self-reflection and self-love and self-actualization. If you don't have these types of things, understanding the world is really hard to do, probably near impossible. And you try and like supplement these things, these emotional things, through other synthetic shit. Like, I need the car, I need the money, I need this. And it's like, you could just kind of look inside. So what I'd like to do with my music on that sense is open up these doors of communication for like looking inside and building relationship. It's like, it's self-empowerment stuff a lot. Because I think, you know, I look at past parts of my life where I didn't have a good relationship with myself and how chaotic that was and frustrating. And I didn't even know about some of the tools or the questions to ask to get there. So everyone's responsible for their life. So I think, you know, the fuel behind it is to try and make a movement with the message.
So what's some of the tools you use?
Say that again?
The tools, you said you didn't know the tools. So I said, what's some of the tools?
It's really like being super aware of my thoughts and you know, being an acceptance of like the present, letting life flow, letting go of things, not wanting to control stuff. I think when you break things down to the why, then you can find out, because the way we perceive things goes what's happening, how it's happening, and then why it's happening. But we don't always get to the why. We just see what's going on and how it's happening, and then you get stuck not really understanding a situation or getting anything resolved. So just like being pretty aware, I guess, of what's going on in my head is helpful for me, so I can process and like sift some shit out.
Tight. How would you describe your sound?
Unique. I try and do a lot of, like, I consider myself to be a lyricist, right? Like I'm putting a lot of energy in to what I'm saying and interesting ways to say it, but sometimes slightly aggressive on some of it, on some of the delivery. It just depends on what it is, but I always try to have some real like sense of lyricism and like conscious thinking in there, even if I'm talking shit.
And then describe your creative process.
Okay, well, there's a few different ways to get to a project, I suppose. It's funny that you say that though, because I have a segment called Create the Process with the Platform Collection, where I interview artists about current work that they have, all about their creative process, what it used to be, what it is, and like different situations if you're doing stuff with like collaborations or solo. So I appreciate the question. I sometimes, if I don't express stuff, it like bubbles out. I have to. But when it comes to writing a song, I need some music that really, really speaks to me. Something that usually gives me energy or makes me feel emotional, like in a visceral way. Like you can't, you know, I can't even put it into words. Sometimes you're like, you just identify that emotion with it. You know, piano, you're like, oh, sad. 808, you're like, oh, hard. But freestyling, usually starting off of a concept like that, I edit a lot of my stuff. So I'll like write something, then I'll record it immediately after to keep the flow. And then I'll like listen to it a shit ton of times. Then I'll let it breathe out until the next day and listen to it again and see if there are holes in it, if there are words that I could change, if there are too much similarities. So like my editing process usually takes a while because I'll listen to it fucking like hundreds of times before I'm done with it, if that makes sense.
All right. We're finna go into the song, then we'll be back.
Yay.
See what's up. Let me see what I can do. Let's go.
This is Active Mind with Legion X.
Yeah. You want to talk about it a little bit more? Let us know.
We can talk before or after about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they about to, just talk about it before I play it a little bit.
So this song is called Active Mind. It's all about, I mean, you can like harness a mind that keeps going, you know, when you don't kind of hone in on a lot of those thoughts, it can be like overwhelming and chaotic. But if you really like allow that and use it as something that you can build off of, you can like spark a lot of creativity out of it. And I feel like for me, my mind goes all the fucking time. So having creative outlets like this is really important. And so Carino shot this video. I did this. Legion X is on there with me, who is a really, really talented MC out here. He's one of my favorite rappers in San Diego. And I'm very fortunate to be doing some work with him and have been able to perform with him a lot in the past. He's super dope. So we did this collaboration, and this is it, Active Mind.
All right, let's go. Turn it back a little bit.
Mind's running, mind's running. Mind's running, mind's running. I'm kicking knowledge every time I have a thought, because my mind keeps running like an athlete's socks. Sit-ups like a Molotov, lighten up till I cough. I'm a little bit askew with no clue, they think I'm off. Cut it from a different cloth, fabric dirty from stardust. I'm never stressing out that much, my brain is kinda like a cross. It's a Doku and a Rubik's Cube, met and then they fucked. I'm a product of an active mind that never gets enough, and I don't give my energy to an opinion I don't like. I'd rather isolate and write, I'd rather pick a different fight. I'd rather pluck out and eat all three of my white eyes. They keep saying that my soul is old like the start of time, and motherfucker closed mind, it looks like vacancy to me. I'm only having conversations with the type that seek to think. When you get comfortable, it makes me uncomfortable to see. You can find me diving into depths darker than the sea. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. I wouldn't put it past me, I'm a mental athlete. I see the scratching on the surface where the scrap and the fake dapping. Hopes I don't make it happen, but a little birdie told me to stay focused on my actions. I wake up gasping for air, life can never slow down. I go rounds writing till my showdowns are honed to be showbound. Knocking at your home like we own now, partner. Taking no days off, I'm a slave to the art of shading in streets. So what I reap is what I sow, all that I know is go, go, yo to the L-O. Keep it moving to the groove of shoobity-doo, bop the bebop, bang. Neurons are firing quite psychotic and strange. Ironically paced to a fast lane, move out the way. You'll get ran over in vain. My situation with praise race encase me with a trouble. I don't need to be saved. Wait, obliterate the bubble that I've stubbornly made great. A trait to why I'm humble, constantly trying to break fate. My mind cannot be subtle. Sometimes I wanna chill and just relax, but this active mind won't let me kick back. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. I wouldn't put it past me. I'm a mental athlete. I see the scratching on the surface for the scrap and the fake laughing. Hopes I don't make it happen, but a little birdie told me to stay focused on my actions. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. Mind's running, mind's running. It's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it. Mind's running, mind's running. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it.
Yeah, I like that joint. I like what you be rapping about. I like your content.
Thank you. You know, you.
I feel like
Thank
like
you.
I be saying,
I really appreciate that.
no, I be saying I be doing self-help meets hip-hop, so I feel like your rap is
You know
like
what?
you can hear me?
Thank you, dude. I super appreciate that. Yeah, it cut out a little bit there on the video. I was like speeding up and slowing down, but I think we good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little delayed, but that's okay. I'm patient.
Making sure you good. We good.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I said I feel like I like what you rap about. I said I feel like you're like you rap about like your concepts. What you rap about is like self-help, motivational stuff. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. That I super appreciate that. I feel like it's, you know, in life you never stop growing as a person, and you always got to come back and check in with yourself, because it's easy to get lost in all the shit that's going on. You got to like tap in with where you're at. So writing like that helps me stay in that zone of like checking in with myself, because life can be hard, you know?
So what's your current projects right now?
I got a few collaborations going on. I got a few solo projects. So I got another song with Legion X that we're not releasing because not until we do the music video for, which is a super cool concept. I'm really excited for that. I'm on another, I got with Sham Black, I'm doing a song with him. We're going to probably do a video for. I got another one I'm on a hook with Legion and Surrealist. And then personal projects, I got about like 3 other music videos that I'm going to start working on. So, you know, with everything going on, not being able to perform, that's a way that I really enjoy expressing and showcasing, is doing videos. I got another couple, you know, handful out there. And I also run the SD Music Room. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. We're a local hip hop networking group, and I've been running the. And I'm sorry, can you hear me? Okay, just cut out a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I do that every first and third Monday. I used to be. Yeah. Well, it's been really cool. It's like kind of grown into its own thing, but now with COVID, we've been having to do the meetings via Zoom. Beforehand, what it would kind of look like is we'd have people come into my house, and it would grow in this natural thing where it's like I'd always get some new people and always get repeating people. And it's not just for rappers, it's for anyone within the hip hop community that can cross over. So singers, videographers, photographers, producers, engineers, all that. We'd meet, we would share work with each other, like stuff we're currently working on. The concept is like, this is what I'm doing, this is what you're doing. Can we share and give actual feedback? So that I'm doing, you've done this, can you help me into the next steps? Or this is, you know, what I'm doing, can you, I don't know. It's a place to kind of like feed into each other in a network. So we all can't do this alone, right? If you want to take this past a hobby, you need to have a team and have other components. It's really hard to do everything on your own. I wouldn't recommend it either. So this gives a place for people to meet people and build together, and then take it outside of the meetings and create and work together. And I mean, it's for an independent artist myself, it's completely served that purpose for me, because I've been able to work with tons of people, and it's a really positive environment. You know, I'm not going to have anybody come in and shit on anyone because of their level of experience when you have people all across the board with it. Usually we'd always end up in a cypher, some sort of freestyling cypher, someone throw on beats that they're working on. Yeah, so it's been cool. Now we still do it kind of like that on Zoom, except I'll post up people's work on social media prior to that they're okay with sharing, you know, whether it's in progress, freestyle, or completed work to promote it, just so we can still see that our community is doing stuff and still offer a way to support each other through it. And that's basically what that sucker is.
And that's out here?
Yep, in San Diego. I started how it originally started a few years back was through this online rap battle league that I was a part of, that I did just basically so I could become a better writer. I didn't really want to pursue battle rapping. But then we started like a music room out of it because so many artists crossed over from battle rapping to making music. And so I ran that with this other guy in Iowa, Nathan Apollo, and he and I ran that for a while. And then I decided to bring a live one here, and then it started blossoming. We're mad consistent, haven't missed one. I think we've done like fucking 15 Zoom ones since COVID started.
What's the name of the online rap battle league you was in?
It was 5150 Rap Battle League. It was a small league, but it was the first place I ever had any support musically like this. This was before I knew anyone in the community, years ago. And this is like where we would share our work and actually build. And I grew so much having that, and also being able to have people to talk to. Because you know how it goes. Like, this is something I could talk about for hours all day, and that's like still exciting to me. But for other people, they don't probably want to hear about like you taking off a syllable, or, you know, like maybe we should do a different inflection here. Maybe you should put, you know, it's not all the same. So it offers that place, because we do 3-hour meetings. Sometimes they'd go 4 or 5 hours just because people want to talk about this stuff. So it was.
I'll just bring me in. I'm gonna be in. I'll be in it.
Okay, every first and third Monday. So it's going to be this next one, 6 to 9 p.m. I post all of the information on the SD Music Room page, my personal page too, at The Real Yazi. And I put the login information. So you can tap in and out of it. I don't expect people to stay the whole 3 hours if they don't want to. Some do, some don't. But, you know, you're more than welcome to come for any and all of it. I'll do a topic of discussion a lot of times where I'll pick a video about like how to count your bars, how to prepare for studio time, you know, performance tips, things like that we can watch a short video and then build off. Because like I said, everyone's got so many levels of experience. There's a lot of information that's useful.
Okay.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
All right. And then I was gonna tell you, like, I used to do a battle league, but it was called Lyrical War, but it was like 2002. So I thought you was gonna say that one.
Oh shit! No, yeah. That's badass though. Yours was in person?
No, it was like online. But we had like rap crews, and we used to battle each other and shit. That shit was fun.
That's so fun. It is fun. So did you? Okay, let me ask. Did you do any like? Did you freestyle yours? Did you write yours? Did you like have it where it was 3 rounds and like you were matched up before? How'd yours work?
No, ours was just we just put the song up, and then somebody else post their song up. Then people just say who won. We just do it like
okay.
But then we started like we ended up making a mixtape off of it and everything.
That's what's up.
See, we ended up actually rapping on it and doing all that shit.
Man, I've collaborated with people that I learned from there or met through there too. But we'd usually do like tournament stuff or get paired up, matched up with people, and then we'll write our rounds, our like 30-second minute rounds to 3 rounds usually, and then we'll have like people vote on it and break it down, and then, you know, talk shit to each other. But it was fun. It improved my writing. That was the only thing I really wanted it for, and it ended up being a super good networking group. Actually, one of the dudes this is kind of funny. Before like I said, these were my only support, and everyone was all over. We had like the dude that found me originally was in Lebanon off of a fucking hashtag. And there were people all around the States, London too. And I didn't live near a lot of people. In Apple Valley, which is a couple hours northeast of us, I have a homie who was in the group, Johnny Carnage. And I had done I wanted to do this competition because I used to do more competitions online. And you had to do a music video. And I hadn't even recorded in a studio at that time. I was like taking hot glue guns and putting it on my wall for a phone holder, You know, like I was doing complete makeshift stuff. And so everything was on my phone. And they're like, if you come out here, we'll hook you up. Because I used to talk to him on the side just about life. We would freestyle back and forth and, you know, philosophize about what's going on, all this shit. So felt like he was cool. But I never had met him in person that time. And so he's like, if you come out here, we'll hook you up with a video and we'll record you. And it'll look like professional. Like, oh, fucking K. So this was I was cutting it close to the end. I drove there and then like pulling up, realizing, oh, fuck, I'm meeting a bunch of dudes I met online. Like, you know, in the desert. Like, but I talked to him about real shit that's hard to bullshit, you know, like he's a solid human being and he's got a family, he's got a wife and kids, you know. And they ended up letting me stay there the whole weekend, recorded me in the studio that I'd never been in a studio before. Jordan, he goes by Cap, he recorded me, he shot my music video, and it was like that allowed me to like level up. I had never had anything of that quality before and that experience, and I learned so much. And so that you never know. That's why that music room is so, I'm kind of on a tangent, but you never know. That's why it's so important to make connections and network, because having support like that completely changed my direction of what I'm doing. It allowed me to expand and grow and like kind of get gently mentored and stuff. And I recorded my album out there. I've done like a handful of music videos. I was just out there, like I record out here too in San Diego. I was just out there a few weeks ago doing a song that I've been working on for a minute. It's like every time I go there, it fucking feels like home.
Mm. Can you hear me? I think you went out a little bit. Hello?
Out for a second. I'm back. Hey, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so how is
I can
how
hear
you dealing with COVID and everything?
It's been weird. I mean, before COVID, I was so active. I think I was averaging like a show once a week out here in San Diego. Then I did the music room. Then I'm also part of the platform collection, part of the spooky gang. I, you know, had so many projects and things that I was working on that it felt like someone pulled the fucking rug from underneath me. And I was always going. I felt like I ran into a wall, and that was hard at first because I was so tuned into being that busy all the time, always having, you know, like a blackout calendar, that I was all of a sudden like, what the fuck? And then I felt, because I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the other part was I felt a little guilty at first because I wasn't doing as much as I was doing before. We couldn't, you know, but now I'm back. I feel good now because I have a lot more time to work on creating content and all these other projects that I want to do and just take better care of my health and myself. So yeah, there's a lot, you know, it's horrible what's happening to so many people, but you still gotta find your ways not to suffer in it. So I'm grateful for the time that I have to do more music things and take care of myself. But it's all weird. You got to ride the wave.
And what's some of your favorite books?
I tend to kind of lean more on like science stuff. The Carlo Rovelli is an Italian physicist, and like I love physics and like quantum physics, theoretical physics, all that stuff. Those are hard concepts. So over the years, I've been really trying to like grasp a little bit. So he has series like the 7 brief lessons and then about quantum gravity. And it's just like, it's very expansive. It puts everything in perspective to me, and it makes me like really excited about living. So I like that kind of stuff that kind of expands my mind a little more, even if I can't grasp or I haven't grasped all of the concepts yet. You know, there's still enough in there that is like, holy shit, this is really a crazy thing to be here at all.
What advice did you give to new artists?
Be consistent. Consistency is really, really helpful for progression. And I mean, also that there's always going to be people that fuck with you, and there will always be people that don't fuck with you. So as long as what you're doing is doing something for you, then that's the most important part. As long as it's like feeding your soul, you know?
All right. What would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Oh, man. Trips me out that anybody ever connects with my music at all. So I'm so grateful for, you know, people taking the time to listen, tuning in with all the other things that I'm doing, any support. I mean, it means a lot. This is all something that was very personal, and the fact that anyone fucks with me is, I feel very humbled by it. So thank you. And go listen to my new music, please.
I want to say thanks for coming through Politicking with me.
Yeah, I appreciate you so much for having me. I'm super excited for this competition.
Yeah, I think I got some good people. I think it's going to be pretty good. Some good matchups.
Awesome.
All right, you want to tell me your social media again?
Yeah, you can find me on my handles for everything is The Real Yazi. It's YAZI. So you find me, well, it'll be _ The Real Yazi on Instagram, which is where I post a lot of my stuff. You can check out website, Facebook, all that good stuff.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Real Yazi. Make sure y'all follow PoPolitickin. Like, comment, subscribe. What else they gotta do? Everything else they gotta do.
Go check out the SD Music Room page, especially right now because I'm doing it on Zoom. You know, you can be anywhere on the planet and tap in and make some connections. We're all digital these days, so you can be in fucking Timbuktu and go and make a song with someone in San Diego. It's the SD Music Room for the San Diego Music Room. We're doing a cypher video coming up soon. Carino is shooting as well with another 11 local artists. Mascucci, he engineered it all.
Yeah.
Cutting out again.
There you go. There you go.
Hello.
Yeah. Somebody saying, where can I listen? We just played the interview. They probably can't.
Yeah, you know what? You can go check out my album Twisted Tongue on Spotify. I had a weird name thing on there, so it's Y_A_Z_I. But if you type in Yazi Twisted Tongue, then you'll find it. You go on YouTube, type in The Real Yazi, you'll find a grip of my music videos on there as well.
All right, y'all. We out.
All right. Appreciate you.